It's a pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I just got this movie like an hour ago. Beautiful imagery, great storytelling.
That's great.
I was looking at your career last night, and this seems, if I'm right, this was your first documentary to produce.
Yeah.
What attracted you to the project, and what made you want to jump to the genres?
You know, I had just come off of Big Hero 6, which I produced back in 2014. And they approached me and said, hey, would you be interested in coming in to help out on this project? I had never done a nature documentary before and thought to myself, well, let's take a look. And they showed me the films of Lu Chuan, who was going to be directing this.
Sure.
And Lu Chuan is this amazing Chinese director who has done these amazing films. And as soon as I saw them, I said, I'm in. I want to work with this guy. Because he is such a passionate and talented storyteller. And that's what we do in animation. It's all about telling stories.
Sure.
And so from a storytelling standpoint, I thought that I could bring something to this, and I wanted to jump in.
What is the process of finding these particular animals that you want to tell the story for?
Well, it's interesting because we send crews out all over, and we had several crews, and there's several animals that you did not see in this film. But the animals themselves tell us whether their story is something that we're ready to tell.
Yeah.
Because it's their behavior and it's what we track and what we journal that gives us the opportunity to tell these stories.
I've always wondered with this, and you can clarify it for me, for these kind of documentaries, because you mentioned tracking, how do they track the animals? I mean, are they with them 24/7, or do they have tracking on them? Or?
Yeah, it's a fascinating process because the cinematographers themselves are experts at this. For instance, the snow leopard cinematographer, a guy by the name of Shane Moore, he has filmed cats all around the world, big cats. And he literally tracked snow leopards for 90 days before he got his first shot.
Wow.
Because they have to learn the behavior of these animals, and they have to learn how to actually get the trust of these animals. So he started out 400 meters away with long-range lenses. By the end of the shoot, he was able to actually get within about 40 meters of the cats.
Wow. I was going to bring up the cinematography. So is it mainly them with their lenses, or is it like, still cameras that are just on site, or?
Well, it depends. It depends on the animal, and it depends on which shot, frankly.
Yeah.
There was a lot of remote cameras that they used for the snow leopard. We would set cameras, and they would be able to keep an eye on them from afar.
Yeah.
But then Shane was behind a camera himself. When you're working with the pandas, you have to keep away from the pandas.
Sure.
That's an 800-pound of animal. But they can get probably within 20 meters of the panda. They wear panda suits that have been smeared with panda scent.
Wow.
So that they don't scare the panda. And then with the monkeys, it's total. That monkeys will approach you and literally sit on the camera.
Yeah. For these kind of documentaries too, like what's like the ratio between I guess being observant from so far away then to actually maybe I would say disrupting what's going on?
Well, that's a big rule when we're shooting. We really follow strict guidelines in terms of trying not to interact with the animal. With animals like the monkey, it gets a little difficult because they're interested in you and they want to come to you. But with the snow leopards and with the pandas, you keep your distance and you really don't interfere. If there's a hunt, you do not participate in that hunt at all.
Right.
You basically just document it.
For the people that are doing the cinematography for this, what are the shooting conditions? I mean, are they there for the entire year kind of thing, or they go back and forth? Or?
Well, but probably the most severe conditions are the snow leopard conditions because you're at 16,000 feet above sea level in a place called the Qinghai Plateau, which is probably one of the most inhospitable places on Earth. I think Shane shot 256 days there over 4 trips. And he was living, and the crew, it was a small crew, they were living next to a monastery in a little uninsulated shack. They would leave before sunrise, and they would get home before sunset. And every day they're out in the field trying to get images of snow leopards.
And then now that you've kind of got the documentary bug, Are there any other documentaries that you'd want to tackle? Or
Well, I'm actually helping out right now on the next Disney nature project, which is about dolphins.
oh, cool.
And that's exciting for me because I'm a big sea guy. I love
Sure.
to sail. I love to scuba dive. But yeah, I have the bug. I definitely have the bug.
Awesome. I'm excited. Looking forward to it.
Great.
Thank you
Nice
so much.
to meet you.
Yeah, have a great day.
Absolutely.